Hi. I want to come in and see our van?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm just gonna break our van down into little sections. Basically, we have the kitchen, we have the bedroom, we have the bathroom, and then we have storage. So let's first start with the kitchen, the fun stuff. Here we have our Dometic 2-burner stove. It's been working out really, really well for us. We have a refillable LPG gas tank installed in the back of the van underneath our bed. So here's our gas tank. This is the LPG refillable, and so you just switch on back there, the switch, and you can fill it from the outside, which is really nice. We filled that up with gas, I don't know, like almost a month ago, right? Mm-hmm. And it's still on full, so we don't really use that much gas cooking, which has been great, so we don't have to fill it up that often.
And it's nice because you can fold it down, so that
yeah,
you get like a countertop.
It's nice when I'm doing dishes or when Lou's doing dishes. A lot of the time we'll like put towels down here, and then we'll do our dishes in the sink and then let them dry there, and that works well. The only difficulty is it's like obviously when you're cooking, it's taken, and yeah, it's tight.
It's very tight.
Yeah, but it works, and I feel like maybe we don't often cook together because it's kind of hard to have two people cooking, but it's still fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like it. And one of the latest improvements to the kitchen has been this fan system. So when you're cooking, sometimes it gets a little hot in here, especially when we were closer to the heat of the summer. Now that we're back at the beach and it's very windy, it's okay, but when it gets really hot, or if you're like making a curry and it's too smelly or something like that and you want to get the air out, we now have this awesome extractor fan that Lou built, and it's just 2 computer fans, and we got a Dometic vent. I think it was Dometic as well, right? Mm-hmm. A vent that we installed. I think we even have a whole video about putting in this fan, but it's really awesome and it's working out great for us.
I'll turn it on for you.
Oh yeah.
The fans are right here.
Yeah, and like, it really does change the temperature. And even at night, sometimes we'll turn it on and it just kind of like circulates air a bit, which is really nice. Okay, so now I'll go to the water portion of our kitchen. In the back here, we have our Acuva, which is our water filtration system. Thank you, Acuva, for this awesome device. It's a UV LED technology. So basically, we have a little box underneath our sink that zaps the water with UV LED light, and it kills any parasites or bacteria and things like that that could be in the water we're getting. Because one of the hard parts about being in a van is that you don't always know the quality of your water source. And so having this makes us feel a little bit safer with drinking water. There are a lot of flies at this site.
Yeah.
Anyway, so this works great. Should I fill up my water bottle? Show you it works. Da 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 da! Water! So refreshing.
How about that sink though?
Yeah. So, then here we have our sink. And I actually, I thought that a small sink would be a bit of a pain. But I think the sink is working out great.
Yeah, it's actually not as bad as I thought either.
Yeah, the only problem is depending on where you park, if you aren't quite level, our sink doesn't drain so well.
Yeah.
But that's neither here nor there. Okay.
Will you turn it on now?
Oh yeah, sorry. Ready? Mm-hmm. Oh, you hear that noise? So that noise is the water pump turning on. So below here, so this is our water pump. That's the accumulator. This is where the carbon filter before the water gets to the Acuva, and then it goes up, and that's really the system.
Yeah, it's pretty simple.
Pretty simple. And then all the tubes run here underneath the floor and to our 100-liter water tank that is underneath the bed. So underneath the stove, we have a cabinet that has 3 shelves. The top shelf is for food storage, the middle shelf is for pots and pans and bowls and things like that, and then the bottom one is for bulk dried storage, so our oats and quinoa and rice and things like that. So let me show you. So that's our storage system for the top. So these are also, I guess, dried good things too. All of our perishable foods are either in the fridge, up here, or we have a basket under there with a lot of potatoes.
Yeah. Being vegan makes things easy.
Yeah, it really does. And so then under here we have things like, this. I just washed it, so it's a little wet. And our big bowls.
Very important.
Yeah. Our little bowls. You want to see all this stuff?
Yeah.
This is our colander.
This is riveting.
I mean, and then we have like a pressure cooker. You want to see that?
Yeah.
Okay. I know, your mom's going to be mad. Sometimes we do store things in plastic. Ooh, this one's heavy. This is our beloved pressure cooker that Lou's parents actually got us, what, last year? 2 years ago?
Yeah.
And it's been so helpful for cooking in the van. Should I stand up to tell them this?
Sure.
Okay. Oh. It's the WMF. It's like a German brand. But if you live in a van, really anyone, but especially van people, I'm out of breath. I got too excited. The pressure cooker is amazing because it saves a lot of gas because you can cook things much faster. So I cook like beans in this. I even cook potatoes in this.
Lentils.
Yeah. Lentils are a type of legume.
Oh.
And it's great. And it's our biggest pot.
That's very big.
And heavy.
But we use it almost every day.
Yeah.
And then show us, put everything back, and then show us the greens.
Okay. You should say please.
Please. So we got quinoa, lentils, buckwheat, which I don't love, oats, and is that more oats back there?
Uh-huh.
And that all fits down there.
Yeah, and it's like we got these jars so that we could stock up when we go to go to stores that have bulk available, and this way we don't have to get any packaging. It's like, yeah, we could get a lot of this stuff at many grocery stores, but it all comes in plastic, and so we're trying to avoid plastic, but it's really difficult on the road, I have to say.
Yeah, but when you do, like, it ends up being way, way cheaper.
Yeah.
You can find a bulk store.
And we just got all of these at IKEA, all these jars.
Yeah, and they all fit down there.
Yeah.
So it like looks like a very small cabinet from up here with the camera, but has some pretty good storage.
Yeah.
I mean, that's enough grains for like at least a month.
Uh-huh, for sure. We eat really simply too, especially now that we're in the van. It made it even simpler, you know?
Yeah.
Just kind of like a grain, some veggies, some salad.
That's it.
That's dinner. Right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to put this back now.
Alright.
This curtain I made, and basically we use it to give us privacy from this door. And we realized that it would be kind of a pain to have one that like pulls up with like a string or something, because then it would just like bunch here. And we wanted it to have magnets so that it would stick to the bottom. And then I think it was you who thought of putting these magnets up here, and I made it. And it works really well, and it's also a nice touch, I feel like, having this pattern here, which is also on the back of our curtains for the back.
Yeah, and it's Dana made it from 2 pieces of fabric, so that's like a decorative side, and then the other side is blackout fabric.
Oh yeah.
So it really blocks the light well.
I forgot that part. I was like, what is the story here? It's a curtain. I made it. And this is cute. This is like this little thing was in the car when we bought it, and so we kept it and repurposed it. This was in the front or something like that. Yeah. We also have a little alarm. Should I talk about that?
Sure.
So we have alarms on all of our doors. The only thing is you can only set them from when you're inside the van, because you have to like click them. They're cheapo alarms. But if we felt like we're not in like a safe space or something and we're nervous about somebody breaking in, we can just turn on that alarm, so this way if the door is hit at all, listen, really loud, so we would definitely wake up.
Oh, yeah.
But we haven't felt like unsafe at all actually in the van.
No, I mean, Portugal feels like
Yeah.
one of the safest places on earth.
I think Portugal is ranked like top third safest place in the world.
That makes sense.
Somebody told me that, who is Portuguese, so I don't know, but it's very safe.
Alright, what's in there?
Oh, so I would say these cabinets, like our cabinet doors, are one of my favorite things about our construction. I think it turned out really nicely. And here, this is Lou's section. He has like all these little bags to try to organize his stuff, like one for t-shirts, one for underwear and socks, one for shorts and pants. It's hard when you like don't have a dresser or like places to hang things, obviously, to stay organized, especially if he just has kind of this huge thing that's also storage, our long-term storage for like things for the winter or things that we would like to bring home with us because we don't actually need them in the van and we realized, or our computer stuff, or I don't know. It's also like you'll see in the bathroom, there's a little cabinet above our bathroom, and that's the same area.
Yeah, so they have like nice little locks
Yeah.
over there, so when you're driving...
Yeah, this is, like, when you're driving, we want everything to be locked away, so we can do that with all of our stuff.
And then when you open it...
This hangs here, so you don't have to hold it up, which is really nice, because sometimes I even have to like get up onto this cabinet to reach out the back stuff. So, this is our curtain door. Dun, 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 dun. That's our toilet. Guys, I know, but it's worked out fine.
Yeah.
I mean, mad props to people who live in a van without a toilet. I like still like blows my mind. I don't understand how it works.
Yeah.
Because it's like, we need a toilet. We're human. You go to the bathroom. But our toilet's great. It's called a separation toilet. It's also known as a composting toilet, but I think that's kind of false advertising because it's not actually composting. Basically all it does is like the urine goes into that blue bucket on the ground. You see that?
That's like a 20-liter jug right there. And then that's the hose that connects to it, and then the urine goes down there, and then everything else goes in there.
Yeah. And so we try to empty the urine like jug, every 2 days. Otherwise it smells. It's gross. Then in the back we like built this box, and that's basically just a trash can. And then like everything else goes in there. And then you have this box here, which we need to refill. And so basically that box is, after you go number 2, you then put some of that stuff in the toilet. And then somehow it dries and it's not really smelly at all.
No, actually our only smell issue so far has been the urine thing.
Yeah.
It smells atrocious.
But it's actually gotten much better now that it's not so hot out.
Yeah.
It was smelling a lot worse before. And then, oh yeah, after you pee, you just spray this. And then that like cleans it, I guess. And it's just vinegar water. That's our bathroom.
Show off our cabinet up there then.
Yeah, so this is our cabinet. So you can get, oh, your computer. What's your computer doing all the way here?
I think I pushed it over by accident.
This is all of our toiletries.
Yeah.
I mean, not toiletries.
I'm gonna try that again.
Yeah. So this is our cabinet, and there's more toilet paper there. And yeah, like I said, it just goes to the same big cupboard that's connected over there.
It's all connected.
Yeah, it's all one big thing.
Yeah. And what are these beautiful plants?
This is a shelf that we made out of a old German wine crate that we used to store stuff in Berlin, and so we repurposed it to this little shelf. Lou hits his head on it a lot, but I think it's really beautiful. This is our ivy plant. We used to have another plant, but he died of rot. It's very difficult to keep plants alive in the van, but the ivy's doing very well.
Yeah, so this beautiful ivy plant is called Belém, and R.I.P. what was his name?
Jose.
Jose.
Yeah. Then this is, I painted this of our cottage that we lived in while we were building the van. And our friend Anna gave us this while we were in Lisbon. And she drew it of Odie and us and to remind us of our summer in Portugal. And this up here is my cabinet. It's all my clothes. That's it. So this is our Wi-Fi router. I actually would not recommend it. It's like really bad. This is our main storage area. In this big box here, we have other food storage. So, potatoes and some rice and some other things that don't fit down there. We also have some like random art supplies. Watercolors. We also have our laundry basket down here. Behind all of that, that's like where we have our sleeping bags and our tents. It has our like big backpacks, like our backpacking backpacks, which is our only luggage in the van. Our shoes.
And deep down there is a water tank.
Oh yeah.
I don't think you can see
I don't think you're going to be able to see it, but that's where we have our 100-liter water tank as well, which you obviously just fill from the outside.
Yeah.
Also, we have our light switches. And you also can charge USB here.
And it tells you how much voltage you have in the battery, which is nice.
Let's not waste it.
Alright, here is our fridge. Dum-ba-da-dum. We got some nice cold water, lunch, freezer, which has just strawberries, I think, in it.
Bananas.
And bananas.
Okay, so this is the bed section. We have one window here, and we have put in a bug net for it. And then we have a vent here, which also has a little fan that you can turn on. Oops, wrong fan. This one. Blows wind in your face. It's really nice. We have this tube that covers up all the wires.
Any of the electronics up here and this fan are all running through that tube.
Okay, that's what I meant to say. And then we have this light, which is just solar powered. And it actually works great.
Yeah.
We use this to read a lot, because then you can just move it and put it in the corner, and so it's not like an overhead light. It's not too overwhelming. This side is kind of like Lou's desk. It's like a power station with all the charging stuff for the cameras and the laptops, books. This is like audio equipment. It's basically a big extra storage spot. We used to have it centered, but we found that I would just throw all my clothes over there and it was just really messy. So we moved it, and so now I don't have that storage and Lou has extra storage, and it's actually worked out much better. Okay, so I thought I would just go into our bed situation. I know a lot of the people when we were building our van were wondering why we were doing a full bed. And the thing is, when Lou and I lived in New York, we had a really tiny apartment, kind of like the same size as this van. Like a little bit bigger, but not really. And so we ended up having a pull-out sofa there. And I remember coming home a lot late from work and having to make up the bed, and it was something neither of us liked doing. And so when we were building the van, we were like, oh, it would be so nice to have a proper bed so that no matter how tired you are after a big adventure, you can just come back and collapse and it's always there. Like I was saying before, we decided to do a full bed in ours, which has actually a lot more pros than people claim. Everyone tells us that we should have made space for a desk, but honestly, having this big bed in here makes life really comfortable and cozy. It means we can cuddle whenever we want, and the real reason is because we have all of this storage below. Lou, you have it locked. Here we have this lock that Lou put in so that if we want to sleep with the doors open, we can sleep a little bit easier knowing that getting into where we store our hard drives, which is like the most important thing we own with all of our footage on it, can't be stolen very easy, or the camera bag. So this opens, and we have an alarm too. It's gonna go off. Ready? Okay. So between the alarm and this lock, I feel like we can sleep easy, knowing that all the stuff in here is safe. So this is Lou's camera bag. I'm gonna take out all this stuff.
Very important.
Soccer ball. This is our water jug, not to be confused with our pee jug. Oh man. Okay. The construction box is no joke. These are our construction tools. What is left of what we have of our construction stuff. Camping, cooking supplies.
Remove the soccer ball.
Our toy. Lots of cables. Tripod we don't use. GoPro stuff we don't use. Yeah, we're still trying to pare it down. Ah, yeah. This thing. Oh, this is my shovel that I've been trying to use to dig holes to put my compost, but it's a big fail because everything around here is just like that. So this is our storage unit. In it we have our safe, which is where we keep passports and hard drives, and
That's really it.
that's it, I think. This is our battery. It's a lithium battery.
160 amp hours.
160 amp hours. This is like Lou's pride and joy. This is a power plant that he built. So we have our lithium ion battery, which is 160 amp hours. We have 2 charge controllers. We have a fuse box. We have some specific fuses that will be connected to the bigger things. This is our 1500 watt inverter. That's how you run things that aren't 12 volt. And so you need an inverter if you're gonna charge your computer. So that's why we have that. We have solar panels on the top of our van. Thank you to Sunflare for giving us those panels.
We have 2 134 watt panels and 1 panel that's I think 70 something watts, and that charges the battery. So yeah, that is our little power station. It's been working out pretty amazing.
Lou wanted me to show you guys all of our lights. So are you ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4.
This van is lit.
We don't use them that much right now because it's still summer-ish, and so I think the days are still long enough, but I bet in the winter we'll turn them all on more.
Yeah. It's very bright.
Yeah.
Feels like a house.
I feel like for the most part we just use that. This one and this one. That's usually what we use
Yeah.
at night, and that's enough. Or we use this guy. Okay, well we realized that we forgot to film the front of the car, so here is the cab of the car. We keep our chairs here and a table. I get in the driver's seat. Okay, so this is the front of the car. Lou and I are reversed. Usually Lou drives because he's a saint and I chill on the side. We have Lou's hat. Sean gave him that, his little brother. This thing we put when we leave the car, like that. Stops the car from heating up. We've got like snow chains. Oh, this is our shower that we keep here. So this is how we shower in the van. You fill this up with water, hold it up over your head, take a shower. It works fine. Skateboard, other tchotchkes.
Chairs, a table.
Yeah, chairs, a table on my side. I think that's really it. This is adorable. And this is our little friend. Sunglasses for when it gets too sunny in here.
Alright, light it up.
So you take this off. This is the battery key. So that goes like that. Put in the clutch. These red lights turn on. Pull this out. Wait till this goes yellow. 1, 2, 3. And then you pull this even more. This is Odie. He's a little temperamental. Very loud, as you just heard, but he goes. It's got a great engine right here. That's why it's so loud. The cool thing is that this is like an old car, so there's no like power stuff, no power steering. You don't have electricity for these windows. which is nice because I think that it would have broken in the 38 years. We have fan. And we have windshield wipers.
All powered by little buttons.
When you're driving and you like go through a tunnel, you always have to remember to turn your lights on here because there's no automatic, obviously. And the thing that's great about this system is that when you take this key out, the battery can't drain. So that's the front of the van, and that is our whole van. Pretty good, right?
Great.
It works for us. It's definitely like a different way of life. And I hope that you enjoyed the tour. It's been a labor of love building this home, and you know, it's like shocking honestly when you like look at it and realize that you built it yourself. Sometimes you forget you're just living in it as if it's normal, but it's not. Like, we built this for ourselves, and I'm so proud of what we made, and I hope that you've enjoyed the journey if you've been here with us along the way. And if not, you can check out the whole build series on how we made this thing a reality right here with this playlist with a bazillion videos on it. And Lou's also working to put all of that footage from the mountains in Spain together into a conversion video, probably coming out in like December of 2018, so in a month or two, and that will go there too. But really, I'm really proud of us and what we built together, and I'm excited to keep exploring Europe. Portugal has been great, and we're going to be here for a bit longer, but there's a lot more to see.